Wayne Lukas certainly had a passion for the sport of racing. The accomplishments, second to none, Caleb. 15 Triple Crown wins, 4 Kentucky Derbies, 20 in the Breeders' Cup. But the fingerprints from Wayne Lukas are going to be seen for years to come.
And pretty much the best coaching tree, if you will, that we have seen in the sport of thoroughbred racing. And we heard it there. You know, Wayne Lukas would basically be like the NFL coach that is the absolute first one to get to the facility at 5 a.m. and also the last one to leave, late at night, 9 o'clock. So, when the man leading the barn is also the hardest worker, the first one there, the last one to go, very easy to take heat after him.
Let's take a look at some of the big connections in the game that can attribute a lot of this success to the one and only Wayne Lukas. And just to start with a few here, Todd Pletcher, Brad Cox, Kieran McLaughlin, Mike Maker. I mean, it's an all-star cast, Caleb.
We see Dallas, Mark Hennig, Randy Bradshaw, and George Weaver. But I think one of the testaments to Wayne becoming basically the first ever super trainer in the mid-90s. Well, if you look at Todd Pletcher, who, when he branched off from Wayne Lukas, late 90s, Todd Pletcher, the first time he went to the Derby was year 2000, coming from the super trainer Wayne Lukas. Well, how many horses did Todd Pletcher get to his first ever Derby in 2000? How about 4? So the first ever run for the roses for Todd Pletcher, learning from Wayne Lukas and how to cultivate these big-time clients, get horses to the Derby. A 4-bagger there for Todd Pletcher, his first trip to Louisville.
Brad Cox, Kieran McLaughlin, Mike Maker, and Caleb, it wasn't just about success in the big races, but it was on how to carry yourself, race day, all of the in-between. It's fair to say that for the coach, he brought that rock star kind of aura to the track. He was a sharp dresser, had some fantastic one-liners to match as well.
Just like any character, he had phases. He had evolutions of his character, from the horseman to the super businessman of the 90s that sometimes could be a little tough to deal with because he was a fierce competitor. Then he went to kind of the loving, older patriarch of racing with his cowboy hat on at times. But there's one key feature in terms of the equipment that you can usually tell the Wayne Lukas horses and the disciples, and it's simply the white bridle that he has always used. And then each and every single one of his trainers that came out under him from that tree go with the white bridle. So usually it's a leather bridle, but when you see the white bridle there around the horses there with the equipment on their head, you know that most likely they're coming from the Lukas camp. So many champions. Breeders' Cup, you mentioned Triple Crown, Derby, Belmont, you name it. The white bridle, a signature for Wayne Lukas and his disciples.
Achieved it all in this great game. And Caleb, the longevity, as we've seen, all the way up into the Preakness of 2024, a 50-year span, not just chasing that standard, but setting the gold standard in a sport. Truly a remarkable feat.
And when we watched most of his replays of his key wins, his horses were leading, turning for home. I mean, this is a man that made a living leading the horse race. And, in a game where a lot of trainers don't mind stalking or coming from off or even trying to create a rally. No, Wayne Lukas was getting out of the gate with his quarter horse background. He was a master at the gate, getting horses that were sharp, going to the lead, and taking advantage of it. So Lukas, so many times, including winning colors, that I do believe in 1988, the last filly to win the Derby, that was the horse that boomed him into megastardom. He had done a good bit of work in the 80s, but once winning colors, the filly won the Derby, and in the call we heard, and she's leading at every poll just like Wayne Lukas said she would. Told everybody the horse was going to win the race and lead at every poll. Did just that. And I think in 1988, with the gray special mare winning colors, that is what really launched him to becoming a super trainer.
Truly one of a kind, with so many great moments as we continue to pay tribute to the coach, Wayne Lukas. Let us know. Tag us at the FanDuel Racing social channels there. What was your favourite moment from the coach, or maybe your favourite horse from such a successful barn there as well? A legacy that will be seen for years to come. Time cannot erase the historical impact that we've seen from Wayne Lukas.